welcome to Browns All Access. Nathan Zegura alongside the legend Bernie Kosar. And Bernie, First Energy Stadium was like a holiday party last Sunday. The crowd was rocking. The Browns delivered another win, 26-18 over the Bengals. They sweep the Bengals for the first time since 2002, guarantee the team its best record ever in the AFC North Division, which was created also back in 2002. What was it like for you to see this team go out there and take care of business again?
To have a month of December like this and have that electricity in the stadium, really for us to come to this fruition of a team now that doesn't hope to win on Sunday. We expect to win, and we talked about it before the Bengal game, about being physical, taking it to them. You know, our team travels well, and then when we are at home with that electricity in the stadium on any given Sunday, people don't want to come to First Energy and play the Cleveland Browns now.
Absolutely not. It was pandemonium. I say the fans went to see a football game, but a party broke out because everything was going the Browns' way. I spoke with Baker after that game. He said, we're going to carry this momentum into next year. Is that a real thing, and how important is it to go get one more, finish the season winning 4 in a row, sweeping the Bengals, sweeping the Ravens, which would happen if you take care of business on Sunday?
Yeah, first and foremost, just to be at Week 17, playing the last game of the year, and having such an enormous magnitude, not only for our team, but for the ramifications for the playoffs within the whole NFL. But it definitely, I think, transfers over into the offseason, OTAs, mini camp, training camp, and the expectations for next year. What the team is doing this last half of the year definitely can have a positive influence moving forward.
Oh yes, and the expectations will be large next year, and one of the reasons for that is the man who is the architect of your 2018 Cleveland Browns. Our general manager, John Dorsey, sat down with Andrew Gribble to recap the 2018 season, brought to you by Papa John's. Very happy to be joined now by the general manager of the Browns, John Dorsey. And sir, this has been quite a fun season for the Browns. What do you think of what you've seen from your team in 2018?
It has been fun. You know, any time when guys can play with passion, be competitive week in and week out, and continually grow exponentially as the season goes along, you know, that's a mark of a team growing and understanding the challenges of being competitive week in and week out. And right now, I think the guys are playing at a high level. Can't wait to go to Baltimore to end this thing on a proper note. And, you know, I'm very pleased with where we are right now.
You've won 3 games in a row, 5 of the last 6. What would it mean to go to Baltimore, prevent them from making the playoffs, and finish with that 4-game winning streak and a winning record for the first time in a decade?
Well, it's not so much of eliminating Baltimore from the playoffs. To me, it's about winning that last game, getting ending the season on a positive note to build for the 19 season. So that's what I look at.
When you look back at where we were day one of the season to where we are now, what stands out to you as maybe the biggest area of growth or the thing that gives you the most pride?
All along, you knew after the acquisition of players, either it be unrestricted free agents, trades, or the college draft, you knew there was some young talent here that needed to be developed. I think you have to applaud the coaching staff and how they have taught these young men moving forward. But the leadership within that locker room speaks volumes to me, because who are the Cleveland Browns but the men within that locker room? The pride they've demonstrated week in and week out, pride, how close they are as a group, and how competitive they play. They play with that fire and passion. That's what I'm most happy with.
Something you told me earlier, you know, we still haven't accomplished what we want to accomplish this season. So as you look to the future, what are those goals for this team now that you would imagine expectations going into next season will be higher?
I think the reality is, I think it first starts in the AFC North, okay? And we're going to have to dethrone whoever sits on top of the AFC North next year. I think that's your first goal. And your second goal is to get to the playoffs. And then let's see what happens. And then let's understand what's at stake here in 19. Let's continue where we leave off, and let's build on those. And that's what we're going to do.
Well, if we're going to grade a general manager in his first year, I think John Dorsey would have to get an A++++, like in A Christmas Story. Bernie, what do you think of the job he's done?
Well, I don't think we have to disagree with the grade part of it. I don't think there's any question that John Dorsey's probably in line for NFL Executive of the Year. We've talked on and off camera throughout the course of the season. This is not only an historic draft for the Cleveland Browns. I think this is an historic draft from the NFL perspective. the ability to make this change in one given year with draft picks, with free agent signings, managing the cap, kudos to John Dorsey.
He's done a great job, and the fans, we are all reaping those rewards, and we are going to be back with more Browns All Access right after this. After the break, Larry Ogunjobi talks about playing for head coach Greg Williams, and listen in as Baker Mayfield was mic'd up against the Bengals. Welcome back to Browns All Access. Nathan Zegura alongside Browns legend Bernie Kosar. And Bernie, when you think about Myles Garrett coming off the edge, you know that if you have an interior pass rusher, you can absolutely destroy an opposing offense. And Larry Ogunjobi's been that guy this year. 32 total tackles, but 5.5 sacks, numerous quarterback pressures, and he's done it while being injured. What does that interior pass rusher do to an opposing quarterback, and what does it do for his defense?
Well, I know for an old quarterback, we absolutely dislike that. From a Cleveland Browns perspective, we've talked about it all season. The magnitude of having the ability to have a defensive line, the front four, get pressure on the opposing quarterback, and then having that back end, being able to drop 6 or 7, having that back end cover. You can only do that when you have speed rushers like we have on the outside, and guys like Larry up front. And he's been playing injured, but still to be able to get that push, to require double teams, it's showing the dividends for a winning football team.
Absolutely, and he's kind of been mentored by Geno Atkins, one of the very best in the league at that position, and showed off in front of Atkins with a monster game against the Bengals on Sunday. Let's learn more about Larry Ogunjobi now in our Player Spotlight, brought to you by Fifth Third Bank.
Merry Christmas to all! The Browns are winners again!
Oh, yesterday game was really fun. The atmosphere was crazy just because, sold out fans, stadium was rocking. Just the amount of people, the energy, like you could hear them, on the bench just yelling out our names, trying to pump us up, getting ready to go out there. And it was just electrifying, Every time he made a play, it was almost deafening in there.
The crowd came out today and showed their appreciation for what they've done, and the future is very bright.
It really is.
I mean, every time you play against like a division rival, you always feel like the stakes are high only because you see them twice a year. So you always want to make sure you don't have a bad taste in your mouth after you play them. So guys didn't want to let the foot off the gas. They wanted to play like really fast, really hard, and kind of make a statement that this is what we're trying to do for a long time.
Third down, they need 14. Driscoll's got it. Back to pass. He's going to get hit in the pocket. He's going to get hit again. And Ogunjobi got him. Back at the 34-yard line. The Browns defense has absolutely been amazing today.
Yeah. It was dope. Like, to be able to get that sack and just to hear the crowd and everything. And I got to, like, flex my torn bicep. It was just like a influx of emotion, because there's always that what if, when you get hurt, like, am I still gonna be able to do what I did before? Like, am I still gonna be the player I was before? And just going through that whole thing right there just made me feel like you still got it, like you're good, like everything's gonna work out.
And that is the end of 3 quarters here at the stadium. You don't want to go home today.
To have them cheering and yelling and making all the noise, and then when they're that little scuffle with Baker and Carlos.
And he's down near the first down. And then the Bengals go after him on the far sideline. Yeah. Dunlap was over there. Michael Johnson is over there.
Fans were throwing beer and stuff, which was kind of crazy to me to see, because Greg always talks about, like, they used to throw batteries and stuff at him, but nobody ever really believed it. But then I kind of saw it yesterday. I was like, well, maybe they did throw batteries. So, I mean, it was cool. The atmosphere was crazy, and I feel like we got the best fans in the world. I know we got the best fans in the world.
Mayfield yelling to the crowd now. Let's go.
I'm just happy to get the win, to be honest. Like, I know we're kind of playing spoilers right now, but at the same time, like, to me, it's not even about them. Like, I could care less about what they got going on. My most important thing is, to bring a winning season to, Cleveland, because I haven't had one in a long time, and I feel like that would be really special. We are turning this thing around, but now it's time to start making that push to what we really want to go, and that's, to bring a championship to Cleveland. And I feel like we got the guys to do it. The biggest thing is to just focus on keep getting better, keep winning, keep doing what we got to do, and just keep bringing that joy, that smile to Cleveland, because they've been waiting on it for so long, and I feel like we can really make some noise. So.
What's up? I'm Allie Raymond, and this is your Social Minute, where we show you the best of what happened on social media this week. The holidays may be over, but we cannot stop thinking about this card that our specialists put out. Charlie, Britton, and Greg donned these very festive sweaters for their picture. Britton's upper lip must be staying nice and warm this winter season. And speaking of celebrations, running back Nick Chubb celebrated his 23rd birthday. The running back had this cake from Duke Johnson.
You ain't Batman.
Batman cake. It's a pretty solid choice. And finally, well, how the turntables. Tables turn. Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown wants a seat on the Browns bandwagon this week. He changed his Antonio Brown jerseys to Browns jerseys and asked for Steelers fans to follow suit. Steelers fans, the Browns don't need your support. We want this win just for ourselves. I'm Allie Raymond, and this was your Social Minute.
Coming up next, hear from the man Baker Mayfield as he recaps his rookie season, and John Dorsey breaks down the impact of his first rookie class with the Browns. Welcome back to Browns All Access. Nathan Zegura alongside a legend at quarterback Bernie Kosar, and I think we might have a legend in the making in Baker Mayfield. 284 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions Sunday, the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. He's now just 3 touchdowns shy of setting a new NFL record for most passing touchdowns in a season by a rookie, breaking a record that has been held by Peyton Manning if he is able to do it. So Bernie, I just have to ask you, Baker Mayfield, what have we seen?
Well, throughout the course of the year, I don't think I could give him as many compliments and superlatives. To watch him play, I know the easy answer is to say, hey, there's rookie mistakes. He's going to get better at that. It's very hard to even find any mistakes, let alone rookie mistakes. His level of play has been so masterful, and not only from just a quarterback position, like a veteran Pro Bowler quarterback would play, he's bringing he's elevating play around everybody around him, and that for the team is why I think one of the big reasons we're getting so many W's.
Absolutely, and one thing you want to look at is how he's done in the division. He is 3-1 as a starting quarterback in this division, and yes, he is the man. And he sits down with Andrew Gribble to go one-on-one.
Let's go, Andrew. Let's go. Y'all keep doing your thing. Hey, we gotta wake up now. Take advantage of the opportunity.
Baker, it's crazy to think that your rookie season's almost coming to an end here now. How would you kind of sum up what you've been able to accomplish so far this season?
There's been a lot of ups and downs, but as of recent, a lot more up, and that's just because of the team, because our guys are making plays, guys are executing, focusing on, the task at hand, able to block out everything else and just go to work on Sundays. So it's been fun, but there was a lot of work, put in since I got here in the draft, and the groundwork was laid even before that. And so just for our guys to be able to use a lot of the things to come together and focus to doing our job has been a lot of fun.
Do our job, one play at a time. Let's drive.
Mayfield gives and Chubb runs. He's to the 30, cut back 35, and then over the 35. He's over 100 now on the day.
100 for Chubb. There you go, buddy. Good job.
Come here. Hell yeah, put him up there. Hell yeah.
The guy's an idiot.
Hey, while you're here, let's go. Give me some now. Come on. All right, come on.
What's the difference between week 1 with Freddie Kitchens and maybe week 7 or week 8 with him as the offensive coordinator? Does it change much on the game plan?
Just the comfortability, between he and I of what we want to get accomplished, how we want to call it. I definitely have a lot more freedom as the weeks have gone on, but he's trusted me the whole time, but I feel a lot more comfortable on, changing things and getting us in a good position to win, and it's been a good relationship growth ever since.
Here's Mayfield on a double reverse, now a triple reverse. Now Landry's looking. He's going to go long and deep for Parham, and he got it!
Oh, my God. What the f is wrong with him? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What the f? How did that work?
With the play for Jarvis throwing the ball, you couldn't believe it. It didn't seem like anyone could believe it. I mean, walk us through that kind of moment in the game when you get that play call into the huddle.
Yeah, no, that it takes a lot of courage to call that play. It takes a lot of trust from Freddie to trusting us to get it accomplished and execute it, and not have it go really bad, quite honestly. So for him to call it's one thing, and then for Jarvis to sit back there and throw it to a guy he's never thrown it to in practice, just let it fly, and it was an absolutely perfect pass. And so I think it caught Rashad by surprise how perfect it was that far down the field. And it's just one of those things that not many guys can do.
When we were in these chairs, maybe at the midpoint of the season, you were really optimistic in the direction that this team headed. Now that you won a bunch of games, I mean, what does it say about the foundation pieces that are in place for this team and what it means for 2019?
Oh, you know what? Obviously, we've been building on what we have. You know, before the season, we knew what kind of team we could have. You know, we had to put it all together to have success, but at the same time, we had all the pieces. You know, it's going to be really exciting going into the offseason and see what all happens and just roll with the punches. You know, that's what I've done my whole life, and I'm excited for our team to do that too.
After getting to hear Baker Mayfield on the field when he's mic'd up, you can tell this guy just exudes leadership, charisma, and has that kind of infectious energy. What can that do for a team to have their man lead them like that?
Well, I better than love listening to him mic'd up like that. That is why I think one of the main reasons everybody is so, again, we've been using the word from Jarvis all year, contagious, infectious. That personality is such an awesome leadership role that he has. And then you couple that with his amazing ability to play and execute plays. I was just watching him throw the ball in pregame warmups. I love his little pregame routine of throwing comebacks and the ball placement with the velocity, coupled with, as we just saw, some of the cool kind of leadership qualities he has. We're in for a nice, long, fun run with Baker.
Oh, there's no question about it. It is a lot of fun, and I think you can tell the guys on this team love him. Make sure you stick around for more Browns All Access. Baker Mayfield's 24 passing touchdowns are the most by a Browns rookie quarterback. Who previously held that honor? Was it A, Brady Quinn, B, Colt McCoy, C, Brandon Weeden, or D, Tim Couch? Find out when Browns All Access returns. Baker Mayfield's 24 passing touchdowns are the most by a Browns rookie quarterback. Who previously held that honor? Well, the answer is D, Tim Couch. In his rookie campaign, Couch threw for 15 touchdowns, including a last-second touchdown against the New Orleans Saints to give the Browns their first win of the 1999 season. Welcome back to Browns All Access. Nathan Zegura alongside Bernie Kosar. And Bernie, it's been the year of the rookie for the Browns. Denzel Ward going to the Pro Bowl. Baker Mayfield and Nick Chubb both alternates, and Chubb now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. We know what Baker's done. Antonio Callaway tied for the team lead in touchdown catches. Jannard Avery getting to the quarterback from week one all season long. This rookie class is something special, and the man who drafted all of them, John Dorsey, he's here once again to talk about the future of your Cleveland Browns. All right, let's talk a little bit about this rookie class that you brought in, because it has been a huge success, and we'll start with the man at the top, Baker Mayfield. I know you've talked about his leadership qualities, his ability to throw the football accurately, but what we've seen on the field belies the fact that he is a rookie. How would you evaluate what you've seen from number 6?
He's mature beyond his age to begin with. It all starts with him. We all know this is a quarterback-driven league. We love his passion. We love his competitive spirit. We love how much his teammates respect him and how much he has embraced the city of Cleveland. And to me, that's big. I mean, and he's going to be here for a while, so you know, we expect good things with him. But now he's a rookie. He's still got some things to work on and develop, but that's natural. But you know what? He's going to attack the task at hand, and he'll try to achieve those steps moving forward.
All right, Denzel Ward goes to the Pro Bowl, 4th overall pick in this year's draft. Obviously, we're dealing with a concussion issue now, but overall on the season, what do you see from Denzel?
Couldn't be happier. I think he's everything that we projected him to be. He's helped this team. You can't have enough good lockdown corners in this league, and he's one of those guys, and he's got a huge future ahead of him.
Your rookie running back, Nick Chubb, who has been absolutely dynamic since becoming this team's starter. Are you impressed with how quickly he's become an elite player in this league?
Nick Chubb?
Yeah.
No, not at all. I mean, he is the consummate professional. He goes about his craft in a work-like manner. He plays the game with passion. He's competitive. He may not say boo to you or 2 words, but guess what? What a great guy. I mean, he is just a wonderful guy to be around, and he's one of those teammates that is very special in his approach to the game of football. And, you know, we all of us are very excited to have him on this team.
What's one thing you would want to say to the fans heading into this offseason that many people will see as one that carries the most expectations and excitement for a Cleveland Browns franchise in 20 years?
I would say to them, we have now just have a degree of patience here. We're slowly beginning to build this thing, and it's going to take a little bit to establish a program. And I think that's what you want to do as we move forward, and just let them know that there's some really good guys on this football team that love the Cleveland Browns.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, these rookies are going to get a taste of what a playoff game should feel like. They moved this one to later in the day. The Ravens, it is win or go home for them. The Browns can spoil their season, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. What does this type of atmosphere teach these young players in a big moment in Week 17?
Well, this is absolutely shows the younger players who belongs and who doesn't belong in the NFL. These are the type of games late December where NFL playoffs are on the line. This is the type of guys that could like to be in the league, stay in the league, have some continuity, some consistency, but you have to be able to win. And our defense travels well, our running game travels well, and John Dorsey's loaded us up with some good players to finish this season strong.
Yes, he has. It's going to be a tough test, this Ravens defense playing as well as any in the NFL, but the Browns now have an opportunity to sweep both the Ravens and the Bengals in the same season for the first time in franchise history and end the Ravens season. What a fun year it's been on Browns All Access. Thank you for being with us each and every step of the way. One more game to go, the Browns and the Ravens tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. So again, thank you for being with us. Happy New Year, and let's go Browns.